I'm really getting tired of these event quests. They are so extremely just boring and unoriginal that it really boggles the mind when you look at Monster Hunter World and look at the just variety in terms of event quests available. Now, obviously, most of the event quests in World kind of sucked. Okay, there are a few standouts, but for the most part, a majority of them were garbage. Okay, but there isn't a single good event quest in Monster Hunter Rise. There wasn't a single good one in the base game, and there isn't a single good one in Sunbreak. And that's not good. There are barely even any memorable event quests. The only event quest I remember in this game is the one with the Akuma layered armor set. That's the only one I remembered because it had something that was at least somewhat unique with the Rajang that was a little bit harder. That's the only one I can remember from the base game. Obviously, from Sunbreak, I can remember a bit more because they're newer and I've, done them. But there isn't anything that's unique about them. Now, apparently, this newest one gives you a better chance for the mantles, which, okay, the event quest has some utility to it, sure, which is fine. But it's still just regular Shagaru Magala and regular Malzeno. And you can fight them separately, so the hunt isn't difficult in any way. I really just want to see an event quest where it's actually fun to do and rewarding. That's what I want. I want a fun and rewarding quest. Okay. So for me, here's what they could do to make a fun and rewarding event quest. What they could do is they could do something similar with Great Jagras and Tetranodon. So in Monster Hunter World, there was an event quest where if you made Great Jagras throw up when it was like bloated or whatever, a bunch of shiny drops would appear, and you pick those up, and those were decorations. Okay. Now I want them to do the exact same thing, but with Tetranodon, and whenever he is bloated up, and you make him, spit up his whatever's in his mouth. And they could do the same thing and have it so it drops a bunch of shinies on the floor, and you pick those up, and those are talisman, or maybe melding pudding, or MP accelerants, right? Just something that's interesting, because why don't we have anything like that when talismans are extremely important in this game, and they're the RNG system of this game, and there isn't any fun way of getting them. Why? Why isn't there any fun way of getting talismans in this fucking game? When there's the DLC has been out for a while now. Okay, we've had the second title update. Why isn't there a fun way of getting talismans? An event quest would do just fine, and it would be fun, and it would be fast. It would make the event quest worth doing, and people would be actually doing the fucking event quests. Why don't we have that already? Anyways, I just get really upset with just how lackluster every single event quest that I've done has been, because I was there when event quests were still coming out in Monster Hunter World, and the feeling was definitely a lot different. Yeah, sure, occasionally you'd get an event quest and be like, whatever, this is fucking bullshit, it's not worth doing. But then you'd get event quests that actually were worth doing, right? Like the ones with the decorations, and the ones with the really cool layered armor, which we don't really have. But anyways, I'm gonna shut up and stop complaining.